As the dreadful bushfires rage across Australia, it's been heartwarming to see the kindness and generosity people are showing to strangers. When there's a sense of care and belonging in a community, it helps us get through. It harnesses our resilience. It's sad, though, that it takes a disaster for people to show such unity. Of course, care and belonging are also important for our resilience at work. Unfortunately, though, I'm seeing a trend in this becoming less valued in workplaces. In part, it's because of contract labour and remote working, but more commonly it's high workloads that mean less time for an informal chat. In some places, talking is even frowned upon, as it means you're not working. If we have a lot on our plate, we often become more internally focused and less likely to engage with others. Even worse, we close the door, metaphorically or actually, so that we're not disturbed. It's interesting how this plays out for leaders, where I would have thought relationship building was part of the job. Recently, I met a CEO who prided himself in knowing something personal about all 200 of his employees. This enabled him to easily strike up a conversation when he walked around the office. Interestingly, it was the staff, not him, who proudly told me of this. Management by walking around used to be a favoured leadership strategy. I remember the managing director of a business factory who walked the floor and spoke to employees every day. He saw it as his temperature check of how things were going. He even wore the same uniform. What I see more of today is an increasing need for leaders to spend most of their time managing up and out. When leaders aren't visible and accessible, it easily translates to staff believing that their leaders are out of touch with what's happening on the ground, and even worse, don't care. It's a fine balance around spending the energy where you need to for the business, while building relationships internally. In our research into team resilience, we found that connectiveness is an essential emotional glue between people. Without it, we feel like a commodity rather than a person, and we're less likely to go the extra mile. Interestingly, creating care and belonging doesn't need big budgets or extra resources. It's simply the way in which we choose to interact that matters. It's also about making sure we prioritise personal connection. So, what can you introduce into your daily interactions at work that will help build a sense of belonging?